Derrick is one of the funniest people I know. He's got a quick wit. He's one of those people who, no matter what you say, he's always got always has the perfect comeback. Whereas me, I come up with the perfect comeback like 12 hours later when the conversation's over and it's pointless. So, he's just one of the funniest people I know.
Oh, he's a very nice guy. I remember when I first met him, I wasn't too sure because we know both of us in the military. At the time I met him, he was the MP. I'm really so can't run up on no MP. They throw cuffs on you real quick, but he's a very nice guy. Got to know him very good.
Well, for me, I met Derrick. It must have been 82 at Murray State University. He's always a funny guy. A lot of people don't know this, but he was very athletic. I mean, it was a joy to watch him play basketball. But what I take away from Derrick mostly is that he is even keel. I mean, he is who he is and unapologetic.
Derrick, he likes to clown a lot. Joker, but at the same time, he can be serious and on point, with situations and different things. And we've had a lot of conversations about life, about things happening, just all kinds of things. And if I'm wrong, he'll tell me, with love, vice versa. He's kind of like the big brother another brother that I have, like a brother from another mother, and I love him, like one of my own brothers.
Derrick is he's just an awesome guy. He's a wonderful husband to SuBrina. He's a wonderful father to his kids. And any chance that I get a chance to encourage him with that, I do.
The sharpest dressed guy I know. He's a character. I mean, he's fun to be around. He's the life of the party. He has a big heart, very big heart.
Well, my dad is a crazy person who is hilarious and who is an overall just good person, somebody that you can rely on, and somebody that you want on your side.
Yeah, very kind and open-hearted. Both of them are very kind and warm and loving and open-hearted, and have always welcomed me with open arms. So they're both very nice.
Extra. He's really extra. No, he's very animated. He's one of those parents that if you need something, he gives great advice. He's very funny. He participates and supports everything that we love to do, and you could tell that he loves having a lot of kids. There's 6 of us.
I don't love him like a brother. I want to spank him sometimes because it's so good people know. Derrick has been a good friend to be me and my husband. Me and him bump heads on good terms, nothing bad or anything. But I just know it'd be times like when we leave, everybody's always hugging. He come up like, "Oh, here you come." I'm like, "You gonna give me a hug?" Because I'm gonna hug you anyway, like it or not. But I love that childlike kindness that he has. But like Lauren said, when it comes to serious stuff, he gives his whole heart. And I love that about him, that he's able to be like, "Look, we are doing this. We're together, and we got your back."
And he's always just so down to earth, and he has such a big heart, so generous. For example, when we went to a couples retreat, and after we were, when we were getting ready to go home, he was like, "Well, you know what? We should take all this food and everything and drop it off at the home, for homeless people." And I'm not talking about going to a shelter, but rather, finding people underneath the viaduct and stuff. So just a big, generous heart, both of them, really.
A gentleman.
Yes.
Funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool cat.
Loving. Suave. Debonair.
Yes.
Patient. A family man.
Yes.
Yes. Loving. Yes.
Yes.
Caring.
Yes. About his business.
That's my husband. He still believes in prayer, and that's what I love about him. Amen.
Amen.
And I would say that I like the way that he put his family. You know, he's a family man. He puts his family first, you know, and he especially put his wife first. And that's what I like about Derrick.
Uh-oh. Was that a swipe at me? Derrick, come and get you.
That's my baby girl. Caring, loving, always care about others. Put people a lot of time before her own needs. She do. But that's just a mother in her soul.
Well, SuBrina is my much older sister. I'm kidding, she's not that much older, but I've literally known her my entire life. So she's always been the take charge type of person. Growing up, I called her bossy. She was so bossy that my mother called her my grandma. And if I wanted to do something, she'd go ask your grandma. And that meant go ask SuBrina. And and to this day, she's the type of person, she knows what she wants. She goes out and gets it, and she doesn't mind saying, hey, I need you, and you to do this, and that. Now, get to it. But she's also a wonderful sister, and one of the qualities that she inherited from our mother is that she'll do anything for the people who she loves.
Yeah, SuBrina is definitely the older sister that I've never had. We just have a good time with each other. We are both Leos. Our birthdays are 3 days apart. So I can see a lot of me in her. And so we do, go back and forth with each other as far as, being the boss of each other and, just having an honest relationship with each other. And she is definitely one of the most loving and giving people that I know.
I love SuBrina. She's funny. She's always planning. She has good ears. She's a great listener. When you need to talk to someone, you can always call SuBrina. Like, she's there. If she can't talk now, she'll get back with you. She's I'm so glad that I've met her and have let her come into my life and me into her life. So, excellent cook.
Diva. She's a diva. Beautiful inside and out. Yes. Loving, heart, generous. Yes.
Genuine.
Yes, genuine.
A genuine handful, bunch of fun. Yeah. All together, spicy Italian sausage.
Yes. Beautiful. Just, she's amazing. She's energetic and just so, gosh, I could say the same superlatives for both of them. Just so very generous and giving, always wants to make sure that everybody is fed.
Honestly, I can say me and SuBrina didn't hit it off the very first time. I mean, the first time I ever met SuBrina in church, she was real serious. So she has a look on her face like, look, I'm all busy, I don't have time, don't talk to me, blah, blah, blah. Not that she wasn't, she wasn't mean. But once that first, we broke that ice and I said hello and she said hello and we just got to talking. Then our husband became friends. So I'm like, okay, we got to become friends now. But once I got to know her, I have never met such a loving, kind, considerate individual. I mean, when I'm not acting right, she'll tell me, you ain't gonna do that. No, we ain't. So, what I'm saying? I look up to her as a big sister, as a woman in Christ, and even though sometimes I want to pop Derrick in the head because he's a goofy, but I love him too. But yeah, it's been a wonderful relationship.
My mom is amazing. I think that sums it up. She's amazing. She can do it all, like Wonder Woman, superhero, just amazing person that has always been supportive and in your side and allowed me to follow my journey. Really supportive all the time.
Yeah, warm and supportive and loving, really great cook. She'll always make sure that you're taken care of and your belly's full.
The same day, both of my parents are two peas in a pod, so they definitely belong together. Like, she's the yin to his yang.
She's all business. Sometimes she plays, and because my joke with them when they take pictures and stuff like that she hardly ever smiles. So when I see her smiling on one of the selfies or pictures that they're taking, I'm like, oh, so she does smile. So that's one of the biggest things. But she takes care of business, and she's down there and fun to be around.
SuBrina's very loving. She's a very loving person. But again, like when it comes to seriousness, she's on it. And she'll tell you when you're wrong, and and it's always out of love. It's always out of love. Nothing to hurt anyone's feelings or anything like that. And after the scolding, she'll tell you she loves you. Yes. So she's another like a sister that I never had. She's a very loving person, and we enjoy being around one another.
Well, I get to see a more intimate side of SuBrina because we spend a lot of girl time together. And what I love about her, even though her husband is goofy, SuBrina is goofy too. I mean, she's funny. And even though, like I said, when she wants to be serious, she's serious. But she can be so goofy. And I just love that about her because she don't want, like, she got that boss look. She's like, look, we at work, we're doing this. Because I used to work with her too. And, but when we, after work, we go have a cocktail. She's laughing. We have a good time. She has little silly jokes. And I just love that, she can wear so many hats and still be herself. And I love that about her.
Is her name SuBrina? No. SuBrina, she's wonderful. Let's say that I'm a great cook, but she won't let me cook. When we get together, she's always with an apron, always with a knife cutting board. And I mean, she can shave some salmon, and she can make the capers and all the great dishes and all those things. I'm like, oh my God, it's just incredible. But she's a Detroit girl now. So being from, the big city like that, you can't run nothing by her that's kind of like that. She'll straighten you out too. But she's a very beautiful sister. Very beautiful eyes and personality, and she has a sense of mercy. If you make a mistake, and she'll look, and you can see her thought process to where she ain't gonna cut you up too bad. But she's a great sister to have, and we all love her. I love her. We all love SuBrina. It's a great couple.
My earliest memory was way back in 1992. It was actually right before they got married. Derrick was stationed at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and I had went down there and spent a week with them. And I want to say that was the first time I met Derrick. If it wasn't, no, that wasn't the first time I met him, but it's one of my earliest memories. But I remember going down and spending a week with them. And I had flown into Oklahoma City, and I guess Fort Sill is about an hour drive or so from Oklahoma City. And my flight got in at like midnight, and he said, "Go call your sister and let her know you're here." So I called SuBrina, and she was asleep. She goes, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" I said, "Fine. How was your flight?" I said, "It's good." "Is Derrick there?" I said, "Yeah." "Put his ass on the phone!" I said, he wouldn't get on the phone. She goes, "He left this house at 10 this morning, and he's been going all day." I think he got the time for the flight confused. He thought I was getting in at like noon, but my flight got in like at midnight. So that was pretty funny. He wouldn't get on the phone. He goes, "Are you hungry?" I said, "No, I ain't on the plane." "Well, tell him stop to get you something to eat anyway, and tell him to bring me some fries." So that trip kind of set the tone for their relationship. They're playful. She wasn't really angry, but she was maybe a little bit miffed, but it was more she just wanted to let them know, hey, listen, you stepped out there, and I'm gonna get you for it. But they're playful like that. They've always had that playful relationship where that despite their playfulness, or maybe because of it, that they love each other.
My earliest memory of SuBrina and Derrick is not too long after Bill and I started dating. We went to visit them in Savannah, Georgia. That was SuBrina was the first family member of Bill's that I met. SuBrina and her family. And, during that dating phase, Bill and I talked a lot about our plans for the future and that sort of thing. And one of the things that we kind of talked about was, we're going to have 5 kids, we just, thought that would be ideal. So met SuBrina and Derrick, met the kids, took the kids to one trip to the grocery store, and wanting the 5 kids, that was a wrap. Never wanted that again. So, we just get a good kick out of remembering that at our first meeting, that it was no more wanting 5 kids.
Those kids turned that quarter upside down. And once we got them out of earshot, she goes, "I don't want 5 kids anymore."
we all get together all the time. So those two together, we first met at their home, playing chess. And it just was a visit from Ohio. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, my wife and I. And retired soldier, Derrick's retired soldier. So we have a shared kinship as battle-tested soldiers on the battlefield. And also SuBrina's a soldier. So there you go. Maybe there's something working there in the midst of just being that ethos of no one left behind, you know?
I want to say they eloped. It was back in the early 90s. I don't remember that. Let's say they eloped. Let's go with that.
He said he did it on, I haven't seen the tape yet. It must be a half a tape. It disappeared. No. He said he proposed to her on a tape. That's what he said. So I don't know. I didn't see the proposal.
I was hoping you'd ask that because I do remember. Braxton was just little and he was too young to remember. But I was 19 years old, so I do remember that. And what had happened was SuBrina and Derrick had dropped the kids off of us and said, "Hey, we're just going away for a weekend, a long weekend," and that's all we do. They were going away for a long weekend, and we were watching the kids. They came back, surprise, we got married. And so yeah, there was no engagement. As far as I know, they were just dating, but they had been together for a few years. So there was no engagement. They just went off and eloped and came back and they were married.
No, she just threw him, found him somewhere, and just threw it on me. Like, I'm married, girl. Oh, you are. Who you married to? Yeah, dear, that's how I found out.
The story we got from Derrick on Facebook, they ain't had no wedding, and it only cost $25 30 years.
And he tricked my baby.
$25 30 years ago, and Derrick said, "Okay, so here we are 30 years later." Now 25 times.
We gonna
how many more?
That's a blessing. I said he tricked my baby. Well, I can remember Janice talking about SuBrina and this guy she wanted to marry, and this is her mom, God rest her soul. And I guess when SuBrina brought Derrick home to Janice just fell in love with him. And she was, Rose, it's going down. And it's been like that ever since. Because it was God. It was God that put them together.
They intertwine. They make each other. They are there for each other. You know, it's like they're a couple. You can tell, like, she got his back, he got her back. You know, that's how I see them too.
I thought it was all Fruit Loops and Annihilators and rainbows. No, you know how everything is so beautiful, but I know what a marriage is like. You know, it's I would think that their marriage is just like anyone else's. You know, there's the ups and there's the downs, but I think they're distance swimmers. They're not just a 100-meter thing. They're going to go the full distance. They're going to do the marathon. They're going to put the gloves on. They're not going 10 rounds. They're not going 12. They're going 15. So whenever there's that maximum, for me, as an example, they're there to put the gloves on or put the boots on to go to work. And there's good days, and I'm sure there's bad too, but they always fight and they always struggle. And they always help everyone out. So as a couple, man, they're like an anchor, not just for what their relationship is like. We all can learn from their relationship and bring more of what they're doing into your own.
I would say it's very balanced. Like, just to observe them growing up, like, you can tell, like, not only are they my parents, but you can also tell that they're definitely friends. Just how they treat each other, how they speak to each other. You know, they're dynamic. They always have each other's backs. You know, they always, when they do things, it's always together. It's, you know, that one thing that I learned from them is how to communicate. Like, if I didn't learn anything else, I learned that my parents know how to communicate with each other.
Just like any other relationship, they have their ups, their downs, but they come back together and they stay strong. They don't get distracted by that he say, she say stuff. They know what they got.
Their relationship is it's a loving relationship. I mean, you can tell by the size of the family that they brought together that it's just a great loving environment. The situation that they created for the whole family is just something amazing and beautiful.
Solid. Very loving, just, you know, it's almost as if they wake up every morning and think to themselves, she's thinking, what can I do to make Derrick happy? And Derrick is thinking, what can I do to make SuBrina happy? That's kind of what you get.
It's like they support each other, and it's like they're both on the same page, and they're walking in the same direction.
Their relationship is, one that you can tell how much they love and adore each other, and it's what I don't know if there's a such thing as a single example of a perfect marriage, but their relationship is what would be one of the archetypes of what a good perfect marriage is. They're teammates, they work together, and you can tell even when they're irritated with each other, they always have each other's back. And that's what a husband and wife are supposed to do. They're supposed to have each other's back.
I totally agree with that. I think that one thing that I appreciate and respect about them is their togetherness. That they're as a married couple, it's obvious, like Bill said, I love the word that he used, that they adore one another. Not only do they love one another, but they adore one another. And I think that that's missing in a lot of relationships these days. And I think that they are the epitome of that. They definitely have a relationship to be admired and respected, and definitely I understand why they're together for 30 years.
Be a match made in heaven.
Yes.
I say solid because
I'm gonna say goals. I'm gonna say goals.
Yeah. Baby, that's icons. I'm looking for 30. I got 20 coming next year. I'm baby. That's representation.
Yeah.
Hey, it makes you want to keep moving.
That's
right. Motivation, role models,
yes.
Inspiration.
Yes.
Or as somebody called me and my husband, the Barack Obama of our families.
Yes.
All right now. Come on.
I say solid because anytime you can go through the most hardest and difficult things, you losing a child, losing a mother, a grandparent, financial situations to come from here and go there, financially, you have overcome just about sickness, Brittany being sick, and Derrick was with her all the way. Yep. Vice versa, Derrick was in the hospital, and they loved each other through. Yep. So that's what I love about them, because that shows you when God put two people together, they have not allowed family, circumstances, even their kids tear them apart. So for 30 years, they have been solid. That's all right now. It's still good.
Oh, everybody changed. They get better. They got better in the relationship. They got better with each other. Just like anybody else, you're supposed to improve as you get older in life.
I think, I don't know about the change, but I see what they're doing. And that means that they're participating with their minister. They're participating with their community. They're participating with their church. Any change there is going up, it's elevating. I don't see them going down the hill. I see them going up the hill and bringing people with them. So I just say, hey man, look, we're having a blessed day today on Sunday, and this is what we're doing at our church. I'm like, man, he's always at that, So I have a lot of reverence for that unchanging hand that they share together in their, in their church and their religious studies too. So.
They like most of us, they've matured. You've seen how they've matured not only as individuals, but as a married couple. And that's not to say that before they were immature, because that's not true at all. But you can see that, like my wife and I, we've been married for 22 years. So we'll be 22 years in November. And I could definitely see growth in myself over the last 22 years, and you can see that growth in them and their relationship over the last 30 years that they've been married.
The only thing that I would add to that is that because I haven't known them, but for the 25 years that I've been in this family, the fact that they have grown together, and I can appreciate that every move that they make, they're doing that together, and so when SuBrina succeeds, obviously Derrick succeeds. When he succeeds, obviously she does, and I just love the fact that they are so in sync and in tune with one another and doing this together.
Not that they change, but their love for us has grown. You know what I'm saying? Because, we were just getting to know each other. You know what I'm saying? We took their wedding date, you know what I'm saying? And they have just opened their arms to us every day. I feel their strength and their love towards us every day. It grows every day.
Well, in the past 28 years, since the 90s, hairstyles have changed. Well, not my dad. He's been bald since the 90s. Hairstyles have changed. Styles of parenting has changed. I got to be the youngest, so I got to see it all happen. They went from a military style family to us moving to Louisville and us having a little bit more free reign, but they were still there with us the whole time, making sure that we was all right, having a good time.
Well, let's go back to the beginning. When I was a child, one thing I noticed about my dad is he was a very nice dresser. And as I got older, I learned that he was a Kappa. And we all know Kappas are pretty boys. So I can say that when it comes to style, my parents are very fashionable, and I get a lot of my interest in the way that I dress from them. And to watch the evolution of that up until now, that's something that I personally enjoyed. So over the years, I've seen them evolve and upgrade themselves and grow. So for them to get here 30 years later was something that I can say I've honestly had a pleasure to watch.
They have just accepted that nobody is walking away. Whatever fight they have, and nobody is walking away. And they just committed. They are committed. They are committed to one another. The commitment grew, and you could see the commitment. Being Brittany's best friend, I could see how the commitment grew.
I want to say, I heard SuBrina say today that she is happy. This is the happiest she has been in her life in a long time. And she appreciates her husband and the things that they went through to get to this point today. And she's happy, and she wanted to cry. And I told her, baby, cry, because those are tears of joy. Yes. Everybody don't get that opportunity. Yes.
I don't think they have changed.
I don't think they have, other than him losing his hair. He used to have back in the day, he had the Jerry curls. So other than losing his hair and being, and that's a bit. I mean, as long as we've known him, he was like that in school. It was just life of the party, fun, gregarious, and it's fun. Like I said, fun to be around. He's just cool. And SuBrina, she's always been steady. She's fun to be around, and they have not changed. They're real down to earth.
Well, have not changed. Pretty much, they still give to everybody. A little bit time too much, but they still give a lot. Because I said they caring. They know they're a caring couple.
Since I was a child, my parents they've always gotten up at the crack of dawn. Actually, they've always gotten up at the ass crack of dawn. And they're in go mode from the moment they wake up to the moment they sleep. That is if they sleep. So I can remember growing up where my parents, they like to entertain people. They like to be social. So my parents were always the ones that would throw parties and invite people over. And they just love to spend time with people. And my mom loves to cook. My dad loves to entertain. So one thing that I loved coming up as a child is when they would have these parties and barbecues, because it was a family thing. And that gave me a sense of what family is supposed to be like.
What it say consistent over those years? Just the loving environment in a full house. I am very used to having a whole gang of people around me to, have a good time with it, keep me entertained, entertain them. It's always been a great family environment that has always been consistent. It's always been a love, and Sundays has always been a time for church, and it's always been a time for food. So those are the most consistent things.
That's right, a full and a happy house.
Derrick was a clown the day I met him, and he's still a clown. And SuBrina, you know, they both have adored each other from the time that I met them, and they still have that same love and adoration where they still adore each other.
I think I don't think anyone can think of Derrick and not laugh or chuckle or something, because he is funny, and that's one thing that I do remember, you know, meeting him, and he still has that attribute today. As far as SuBrina is concerned, like I said, she has one of the biggest hearts of anyone that I know, and that hasn't changed. If anything, it's gotten bigger. And one thing that that, you know, I get on her about is her love for shopping. And I went out with SuBrina once early on years ago, and I never really did that again, because she just has this love for shopping that I don't, and she still has that love. So
Brittany still
being a diva.
Brittany still stubborn, Derrick still stubborn. What else?
Being goofy together.
Yes.
How they treat each other. That's what I admire about how they do things together. They always taking time out for themselves, even though we all have children and our kids are grown, but they always make time for themselves. That's what I like, that you have to take the time, and they take the time.
I think those two are the glue of the 7. Now, there's things that, you know, we can do in Ohio. We're looking at increasing our activities as mature couples, married couples, but all they have to do is just go give anybody a call, and everyone comes. Not saying that they wouldn't show for us, because we show in New Orleans as a couple as 7 couples or 6 for my wife. And if anyone else want to do something in Ecuador, Honduras, whatever, we'll go. But it seems like they are the gears. They're the glue for us all. And I don't care if this was in Miami, we'd be in Miami supporting them. Or if it was in California, we'd fly to California to support them. And it's not just I and my wife that feel just that way. All 6 other couples feel the same way as well.
I admire how they love one another, how they draw towards one another, how they play off of one another. I mean, they sometimes they're goofy, sometimes they're serious, but at the end of the day, they still love one another, you know. And you see it. It's not just something that they do behind closed doors. Like, you see it everywhere. You know, it's not nothing that's fake or pretend.
I remember one time that we had our girls' dinner date. It was usually 4 of us. We all go out to work, have a cocktail, and eat something. And, you know, me being the newlywed in the group, I called my husband and said, "Oh, let me see if he wants me to bring him something home." She said, "Girl, don't do it. I got it." Then I have to call Derrick and see what he wants. She said, "Well, go ahead. I guess I called him." Then when she picks up the phone, she's talking like this, like, you know, getting on my nerves. So, "Hey, Derrick, you want something?" I said, "Hey, change your tone like that," you know. So it's just fun to know that, even though she's just been playful and loving her husband, but she always picks with me like, "There you go, that newlywed stuff. Let me get on my game. You keeping me up on mine." I said, "Well, I'm sorry. When I start disliking my husband, I'll let you know."
That right there, they're caring, they're generous. They'll help y'all. Even if they don't know you, they'll help you. Okay? As long as you ain't trying to take advantage of.
Well, I would want that type of dynamic. I would want that type of support and camaraderie. You know, and as my parents, you know, I can honestly say I'm appreciative and I respect the structure that they've given me. I respect, you know, how they raised me. And I can say that I'm blessed because I know that there are people that do not have the type of family that I have. So that right there in itself is very humbling.
One thing I admire is that they make it look easy, and you know, and I know it's not because I've been married for 22 years, so I know it's not easy. but they make it look easy.
I think the fact that they make it look easy with children.
Yes.
Everyone isn't able to do that. Not only maintain that close bond of marriage, but to do that with children and set that example for your children. I think that's commendable.
The most thing that I admire is the good cop, bad cop situation that we got going on, because you never know who's coming from. I mean, 80% of the time, since I'm a mama's boy, it's going to be good cop mom. But they really work together. They were, seeing as an older, they were really a good team together. Just making sure that one person was the law and then one person was the love, and then vice versa, no matter the situation.
That quality of, you wake up in the morning and you can see that she's thinking, what can I do to make Derrick happy? And Derrick thinking, what can I do to make SuBrina happy? And you see that, you see the result of it.
They have a big heart, and it's and they're not afraid to show their flaws and their faults and stuff like that. But at the same time, they're moving in the same direction. They got a goal and a vision, and they strive to do that. And they open up their home all the time to all the people, family and friends, and stuff like that. It's just amazing what they're doing.
Everything.
For our family, they are Michelle and Barack. Number 1. There's number 2 right there, and number 3 over there.
Outside of grandparents, they have had the longest marriage in the Langford's family. Outside of our grandparents, who died married.
Yes.
Hopefully I'll be around for the next 30. So that's it.
SuBrina and Derrick, congratulations for making it 30. I know time has done a lot to all of us, but I am so glad that you guys have stuck in there and stayed there and is making the best of it. I just want to say congratulations on your 30th.
I like to say, man, just because you're younger, it doesn't mean that you can't lead. And that you're younger than me, I want to say that your example, it shines. And I want to say thank you to the both of you. And I want to say also congratulations. So there's a lot of things that you do, and the both of you do, that I keep in my mind. Not that I'm trying to be like any one of you, but it's like a great example that you set with your family, and our family and your family is one. And I just want to say thank you for that reverence part, for that blood part, for that grace part. And I want to say that part I'll take to my grave. And I just want to say thank you guys for being our brothers and sisters, and we love you two to death. And this is the Burrells, man. We can't say enough about what you brought to our relationship as well. Thank you.
Hi, Mama. Hey, Daddy. I would like to congratulate the both of you on, developing and evolving and, teaching this beautiful person that you all have raised. So, no, I'm just kidding. I would like to congratulate you on your 30 years. Like I said, it's been great to watch the evolution of the both of you. It's been great, just being proud to say that the both of you are my parents, and I love you both.
Well, I would just say, obviously 30 years of marriage is a blessing. It's not something that we can take lightly or take for granted, because not only is there no guarantee that they'd have been married 30 years, there's no guarantee that they'd even live this long. So, the fact that they've been together 30 years, been married for 30 years is a blessing. And I would just wish and pray that they have at least another good 30 years together.
And I just want to say congratulations to you guys. I love you tremendously, and definitely looking forward to many more years celebrating with you, celebrating your marriage with you, traveling with you, just having a good time with you, and just thank you for being such a wonderful example for us.
Derrick and SuBrina, we love you guys. We thank God for you every day. We pray for you every day, and we are praying that God blesses you guys with 30 more years. Happy anniversary.
And I would like to say, SuBrina, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. But Derrick, my husband, not turn out to be like you. But honestly, I give y'all all the love and support, and I do hope that me and my husband can see 30 years, even though we're old and married. Maybe we'll get 20 out of it for both of us in wheelchairs and walkers. But I do look up to you all as family, friends, and I wish you so much more. And God bless you both.
Hey, Mama and Daddy, wouldn't be here without you. Love you more than words can explain. I just want to let you know I want to congratulate you on 30 years. That's amazing.
30 years. That's
I haven't even been around for 30 years, so that's even more amazing.
I think that's what makes it so great is that both of us are in their 20s. We're like, wow, how?
But just want to say I love you. And
we love you so much. Thank you.
Derrick, SuBrina, I'm wishing you guys 30 more years of love, happiness, and peace and prosperity. Congratulations. Keep it coming. May God be with you.
Derrick and SuBrina, thank you for allowing me to be a part of y'all's life. I love you. Thank you for all that you have done, and many more years to come.
I love you, SuBrina and Derrick, with all my heart. I am your biggest cheerleader, and I will continue to pray for you guys, to love you guys, and to learn from you guys. Many, many blessings, and let's do it 100 more years together. Man.
Cousins, I love y'all. Thank y'all for the inspiration that y'all give me and my husband to let us know that things that we go through is not in vain. It's for real life. We can get through it. We can make it. And to show us there's more to life than just being here, than our kids. The traveling, the just loving on each other. Thank you for being role models. Cause I'm aiming for it. I'm on y'all tail. So keep up the good work. Cause I'm on you. I'm watching.
All right. I love y'all. Y'all my gold couple. And I will get there. I will. I'm in third place, baby. I'm in third place. I love y'all.
God bless y'all. I love y'all.
Derrick and SuBrina, we love you guys, and thank you for everything you're doing. 30 years, keep on going. God bless you guys.
God bless you guys. We love you.